Did you have a good day?
Yeah, I did. And you?
I feel happy.
I wonder why. I am grateful for family,
Don't you dare. That's enough.
for profession.
Where's my daughter? Where's my daughter?
And for purpose. Tell me where you were. These impatiens are real.
What's your job in all this?
My work is top secret.
That was a part of the trailer for the new limited series entitled The Green Veil. The show follows an FBI agent in the 1950s as he takes part in the federal government's efforts to remove Native American children from their families. The series is based on a real period of time in the 20th century when the U.S. government would take indigenous children from their homes to be assimilated with white families or within predominantly white institutions. Joining us now, the star of The Green Veil, Emmy and Tony Award-winning actor John Leguizamo. He also serves as executive producer on the show. And thank you for coming into the studio. It's good to have you. Wow. Tell us about The Green Veil and what drew you to it.
Well, you know, this is based on historic fact.
Right.
So in the 1950s, the U.S. government, as you were saying, was coming up with excuses to take Native American children from the reservations and put them up for adoption so they couldn't inherit the land. So the land would become free for oil companies and other corporations that wanted it. And when I heard, when Aaron Rappaport, the creator, told me about this show, I said, I'm in. These stories need to be told. They need to be heard. And that's why Aaron Rappaport, the creator, also created this new platform, the network, which is free and bingeable right now, because anything free is for me.
Right.
And I think everybody's like me. And it's at the network.stream. And we made the platform because these shows, you know, even though Hollywood is saying we want to be inclusive and we want to do these important, they don't. Because they all passed. They loved it, but they wouldn't put it on. It was too edgy. I mean, it's about Native Americans with a Latin lead. So it was difficult for them. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
They all
John, let me
passed.
ask you, and I'm a longtime fan of yours, but this project here, given the climate we're in this election, isn't it important for us to not hide what government is capable of doing, and that we need to make sure they don't do again? Because the story you're telling in Green Veil, this was government doing this to people for economic reasons and gain.
For corporations.
For corporations.
Being the tool
and
of
targeting
corporations.
people based on who they were. How important is it
It's always
for us to
important, right?
understand that?
It's always important to show these stories and tell, you know, that the government can be great, but it can also do abusive things.
Right.
Especially when it's of people of color, and especially one of the most abused groups in America, the indigenous people.
So this was such a matter that Congress ended up stepping in and investigating, and it was the practice. There was even a Supreme Court decision last year. So tell us the real life story here. How is this still reverberating among families?
Well, you know, it went from the 50s to the 80s. And you'll see, like, in the series, we interview real children that grew up who are now in their 40s and 50s, and how traumatic this was, how a lot of them ended up in drug abuse, all kinds of difficult situations. Some of them took their lives. Yeah, it had terrible repercussions. I mean, these kids it was not a better situation for them.
One of the really cool things you've done is you've talked about appealing to Latino voters. It's not a monolith. It's a lot of different groups grouped together. But talk to us about what you're seeing, what your anxieties are, what the Biden world could do better.
Well, the thing is, we're not a monolith.
Right.
I mean, you know, some of us are conservative, some of us are very religious, some of us are evangelical, some of us are not any of that. Some of us very progressive, very liberal. But the important thing is just reach out. Reach out, call, stomp, talk about our issues, and that's what needs to be done. You know, come after us. Don't assume that we're going to vote for you. Don't assume that we're just going to be Democratic and vote Democrat. We're not. You have to come for
Right.
us. You have to talk about our issues, which is usually economy and jobs. That's what we care about. Immigration. Latinos, for some reason, are, they're concerned about what's going on, but that's not their main concern. The main concern is, how do I survive? Jobs.
So while we're talking politics, you said you love New York very much.
Yes.
And is it tonight, Donald
Tonight,
Trump?
Donald Trump in the
Trump's going
Bronx.
to be in the Bronx tonight.
The BX?
Yeah.
The BX, oh, he's going to get his. The BX don't mess. They don't play around.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he is.
I don't know what to say to that.
I mean, he's hosting a rally. His campaign has said they expect some.
He gets a crowd wherever he
few
goes,
thousand people
kinda.
show up.
I mean, there was no real crowd. My friend's daughter works there. She didn't see a real MAGA crowd for him. It was pretty empty.
Yeah?
Yeah. It wasn't that.
Well, I didn't say it was a big crowd. It just says, there are people who want to take pictures and stuff.
Yeah. But there'll be protesters, too.
Yeah, what's the appeal, you think, though? Because polls suggest he has made inroads with the
And
Latino
it's still
community.
tight.
Well, because some Latinos are evangelical,
Right.
and evangelicals
Well,
all over.
wait, that still doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. Of course, it doesn't make sense. I mean, he's not the second coming.
No, not even the third or the fourth.
No, he's the apocalypse. And that's what they need to understand. But yeah, I mean.
So what is it?
Because, I mean, I'm not an evangelical. I mean, I'm agnostic. But obviously he talks about, contraception and abortion and sort of anti-LGBTQ plus laws. I mean, the evangelicals believe in that stuff, so that's how you get them.
Right.
You're not going to get the rest of us Latinos, and you're not going to get Latin women because they want to have
Rights.
control over their bodies and rights. Yes.
No, but
Just
I
basics
think,
are nice.
I think that they play the culture wars. That's why I keep
Yes.
saying
Me
street
too.
fight.
Yeah.
In a street fight, what I would do is cut a commercial showing the compassion of Joe Biden. We all have seen him really show compassion, stand with the Latino community, and then
That
show
works.
Donald Trump in the middle of the storm going out of Puerto Rico throwing paper towels
Right.
at the people in Puerto Rico.
People who are suffering.
the-
Yeah.
Show it.
paper
Stop being so
towel.
nice about
Yeah.
it. Show him raw.
Right.
Yeah. The Green Veil is streaming now for free on the new streaming platform. It's called The Network. You can find it on its app or online at thenetwork.stream.
That's right.
All right? That's kind of cool. They all pass, and you do this amazing series on your own platform.
That's right. We have to do our own thing. We have to make our own platforms. And, we Latino people, we over-index at the box office. So almost 30% of the box office. We're 30% of streamers. $4 billion in streaming, a third of sports fans, and yet less than 6% of the leads, less than 1% of the executives, less than 1% of the stories. And that's not okay. Not in America. Not in my America.
All right, actor and executive producer John Leguizamo, thank you very much. It's great to have you on the show.
Always,
It's
a
fun.
big fan.
All right, coming
Thank you
up,
for all
we'll
you
have a
do.
look at some of the